Alright, so, hey guys, what's up? BTG Tech here, back with another video, and today we are going to be talking crypto. Specifically, the two, most popular cryptocurrencies right now, which would be Bitcoin, or BTC, and Ethereum, which is also ETH. Alright, basically you got your two cryptos over there. Okay, and if you look at the tabs at the top, I have 3 tabs open for stock for Apple, Ethereum's price, and Bitcoin's price per coin right now. So you can see Bitcoin's extremely volatile, and so is Ethereum. When we look at something a bit more established like Apple stock, 134.11, it's not going up, it's not going down right now. But Ethereum's just constantly up and down, up and down. And same thing with Bitcoin, so up and down, up and down. Alright, you saw that. So basically it's quite convoluted. Alright? But the topic of this video is which one you should invest in. You want Bitcoin or do you want Ethereum? And let's think of it like this. So earlier I was talking about how these are two very separate things. Alright? Let's just go and delete everything. If I can delete this stuff, that would be cool. Alright, let's just refresh the page. Basically we get a new whiteboard. Alright, there you go. So now we're gonna go and we're gonna get our little drawing tool. Alright, basically we're gonna make 2 lines. One is Bitcoin, one is Ethereum. Alright, so we'll just put BTC and ETH. Okay, so this is Ethereum. Basically, Ethereum can inflate, by the way. Bitcoin cannot. That's what this diagram is showing. Alright, Ethereum, you can just create more and more and more, and that is the same reason that fiat currency, or like the US dollar, Russian rubles, right, Canadian dollars, that type of thing, fiat currency, that's why the value of those consistently goes down by about 2.25% each year. Alright, it's called inflation. Now Ethereum, that can happen in Ethereum. Alright, because there's no cap written in Ethereum's code, but the thing is, Ethereum is being revised, it will be revised, and will continue to be revised. Alright, sooner this year we're gonna have Ethereum 2.0 be popping out. Alright, and that revises many things, possibly killing mining as far as it goes for Ethereum, changing from a proof of work to proof of stake thing, which is entirely different and does not relate to the topic today, as we're talking about which one's a better investment and not better to mine. Okay, so right off the bat, let's just assume we have as much Bitcoin, as much Ethereum, both equal. Alright, now the thing is, for Ethereum, basically it's gonna keep growing and growing and growing past this point that you have, right? Basically, it's not going to be divisible past a certain point. Alright, you can buy Ethereum, right, but there's going to be more Ethereum. With Bitcoin, though, there can really only be about 21 or 24 million to ever exist. It's written into the code. Okay, but at the same time, Bitcoin can be devised into Satoshis, which is 0.00000001 Bitcoin. Alright, so that's 7 zeros and a 1. Alright, that's how much a Satoshi is. Basically, if we take a look at this, alright, what is Bitcoin? Alright, we can go and search up Satoshi Bitcoin. Alright, we can Google this really quick. Oops, Satoshi price. Basically, a Satoshi is infinitesimally small. By the way, 1,000 of them is like half a buck. All right, or yeah, about half a buck, $0.6. So they're infinitesimally tiny. All right, and basically you can essentially get an unlimited amount of divisions from that. All right, and basically if we take a look here, Bitcoin splits like this. All right. Ethereum grows like this, and there is an extent that Ethereum can split to, right? Like if we, oops, go and we can just check online. Ethereum split. Alright. There you go. There you go. Basically, a block, it's 5 ether, remains constant, doesn't halve. Alright? Ethereum blocks about 14 seconds to mine. Bitcoin will take 10 minutes. Alright, so it's much more efficient to mine, specifically. Okay. But, alright, we take a look at Ethereum. And it is, when you're trading in Ethereum, generally you're going to trade a whole Ethereum. Not going to trade a fraction of it. Bitcoin, however, is much more common to trade in fractions of. Okay, so we saw here, alright, we're splitting it like this, Ethereum is splitting like this. Reason Bitcoin's a better investment now than Ethereum is because Ethereum is going to grow this way, meaning it's going to inflate. But the thing is, for every new ether that's generated, you don't get a fraction of that. But the thing is, once Bitcoin kind of caps off, right, you're not really going to lose any value after that point because, you know, you have 1 Bitcoin, right, and let's just, for this sake, we're just assuming we are of equal value right now, alright, 1 Bitcoin, 1 Ethereum. Thing is, 1 Ethereum, it's going to go down in value eventually. Once Ethereum becomes stable, that $1 is going to become a lot less, alright? Now, this 1 Bitcoin, however, once Bitcoin caps and becomes stable, like I said, it's most likely not going to go down, alright? Until something extremely kind of, you know, reversing happens where Bitcoin crashes again, okay? But once Bitcoin caps becomes stable, we're assuming both of these become stable eventually, alright, and don't remain as volatile as they are. Bitcoin's going to remain about there. It'll go up, but chances are it's not going to go down, right? Due to inflation, at least. Now, basically, if we go back here, let's go back to a 5-year scale for Ethereum and a 5-year scale for Bitcoin. Right? It's about 402% increase in Bitcoin from start to now, but it's about 90% from Ethereum from start to now. But if we go to the 1 year, we have about 12k%. Go to Bitcoin, we have about 700%, which is just over half that. Bitcoin isn't growing as fast as Ethereum right now, but once they stabilize and Bitcoin reaches its cap, at that point, Bitcoin might become more valuable. Bitcoin, I think, is something that's going to be targeted more of a gold-like thing, alright? Because let's take an example here, alright? See, gold value. Let's find the value of gold, by the way. Okay, per ounce, it's that much change. Let's say, by the way, okay. Look, price per ounce today. I'm pretty sure this is in comparison to when the exchange opened. Basically, it's negative 1.5. It's gone down a bit today. All right, but let's take a look at this chart. All right, and we can see that this is from the 16th of April to the 18th of April today. But if you look here, it went up 18 bucks. All right, there's 18. Oh wait, that's time. I bet. Look, it went up to 1778. All right, and right now it's hovering about 1775. Okay, but it did peak at 1778 within this time. All right, and this is on the 18th of April. Okay, but it did go up. Now, if we go, all right, we need to take it in a little bit of a longer period of time. Alright, just like that. Alright, this is arranging back from the 15th of April, as far as this one goes. But you can see the general trend is that it's going up. Alright, that's its general trend. But we go back to Ethereum, right, we have your 1 year thing, general trend is up, general trend is up. Alright, but now we can illustrate this and let's see which has a steeper curve. Alright, Ethereum's like that, Bitcoin's like that. Bitcoin has a slightly steeper curve right there. Very slightly, just by this much. it's like about over here, Ethereum. 5 years, see, exponentially, it's just up, right? Ethereum 5 years, look at that. It has a different curve. Alright? It's just different. Because we're going to take a look at that. You see, it's down and it went up. Alright, I'm going to be fair to both, and I'm going to count it from December the 10th. Alright, so yeah, we're going to count it from the December 10th. Alright, so from about here, Ethereum went up. Bitcoin, alright, and December 10 again. Alright, we can see that Bitcoin has a bit of a higher. Let's just put this one into disturb. Bitcoin is a higher curve. Alright. So, all in all, as of this moment, if you throw $5 into Ethereum, right, and we're comparing, let's say in the past month, if you put $5 in Ethereum 30 days ago, alright, that $5 would have increased 25% in value. Alright, but what scale were you at? Alright, 1 month. Alright, then we go here. If you put in $5 in a month ago, you'd have a decrease of -2%. Alright, but that's way too short term of an investment. So let's go to a full year. Alright, you throw in $5, it's going to increase by 700%ish. Throw in $5, it's going to increase by 1200%. So Ethereum looks like a good investment, but let's push 10 years down the line. Alright. Let's say we go 10 years down the line. 10 years is a decent investment time, but not for crypto. Alright? Ethereum is going to inflate, like I was saying, just like the US dollar, because it's going to keep going and going. There's going to be more and more coins. Once it gets stable, like right now, of course, it's volatile and it's growing exponentially. Right? So right now, inflation isn't really a thing with Ethereum. Alright? Because its growth is so substantial, really inflation doesn't affect it too much, right? But for Bitcoin, you know, inflation still doesn't affect it at all. It's just going to go up. Once we reach the cap for Bitcoin, Ethereum is going to start to inflate in value. Bitcoin is either going to remain stable or continue to go further up. Alright? Theory being, you should probably invest in both. If you have $1,000, maybe do 500 Bitcoin, 500 Ethereum. Alright? Namely because Ethereum is targeted to be more of a mainstream currency, something you'd use to buy your cup of coffee, alright? Something you'd use to, you know, buy a computer, right? However, Bitcoin is more targeted to be like gold, like I said, alright? It's about something to be a, like, prized possession. There can only be so much of it to exist. It creates a sense of rarity. Its value is going to go up, alright? Ethereum, however, can have an infinitely ending amount of coins existing. Does not create a sense of value like Bitcoin does, and so it will end up like the US dollar, and will end up decreasing in value by 2.25%. Alright? However, that's very long term. Okay? And for Bitcoin to reach that extent, it's going to take a lot of time. Alright? So, right now, what you should do is buy Ethereum and a bit of Bitcoin. Alright, so if you have $1,000, I'd put that at a 60 to 40 ratio, where $600 to Ethereum, $400 to Bitcoin. Alright, that is a fairly smart investment. Alright, so that way, if basically, you know, Bitcoin clearly is showing less overall return compared to Ethereum. Clearly. Alright, look at that, 100% over the past 5 years, 400%, right? Over the past 5 years. Alright? But if we scroll back down to a month, that's 700% past year. And that's 1200% in the past year. Ethereum is more volatile than Bitcoin is. Clearly. Like, look at this chart. Right? Look how drastic that curve changes. But go into Bitcoin, and look how much more subtle that dip is. Alright? Bitcoin's going to be more stable overall, is what I'm trying to say here. Ethereum's a bit more iffy, okay? So Ethereum is better as a slightly more short-term investment of Bitcoin. So once you start getting to that point where Bitcoin is about to be capped off, Ethereum is going to go down in value relative to Bitcoin, alright? That is why it should be a 60 to 40 split, 60% Ethereum, 40% Bitcoin that you should own. Alright? That probably going to be a recipe for success here. So, showed you the charts, showed you a diagram here. That's how inflation works, you know, it's going to grow like this, alright? But you don't own any of that newly created Ethereum, so you are technically losing money on that, alright? If all of Ethereum only had a certain value. But that's not the case right now because, of course, like I said, it's experiencing exponential growth. But once that slows down and it becomes stable, Ethereum's going to start losing value a bit. Bitcoin, there's a cap. There's a cap, and it's divided up and down. But since you own this much, and it's being divided up and down, you own that much Bitcoin that you're splitting. Alright? So with Ethereum, you need to have more Ethereum to buy something. Let's say you want to buy something that's worth 2 Ethereum, but is worth like 0.25% Bitcoin. Alright, just an example. It's not reflecting real life values or anything, but just like that. Let's just say Bitcoin can be split down into 2,500 Satoshis or something. Alright? Ethereum can't. Right? Ethereum generally traded as whole coins. Basically, you'd have to pay 2 Ethereum. Okay? It's a bit complicated like that. Alright? So, like I said, 60-40 split, but once Bitcoin caps off, invest more in Bitcoin than Ethereum. Alright? Moral of the story, game over. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Alright? It's BTG Tech.